Oh, what an adventure! Get lost with Google Maps. Good morning, everybody. Lovely day outside. Alright, we bought a big sandwich press to take camping in the trailer, but before I actually take it camping I need to test it. So I'm just making a quick lunch, which is our favourite lunch. We use different ingredients, but and then I'm going to take it outside, plug the new sandwich press in and see how it goes. So what I'm doing is just putting a nice cabanossi sausage and some extra tasty cheese and some tomato, and then I'm going to head outside and slip it in the sandwich maker, and we'll see how it runs. It won't be solar assisted, but and the batteries have been sitting there for about, I don't know, 4 or 5 months now. So we'll just see how the lithium batteries handle such a huge draw. Alright, so let me get on with this, and I'll come out, we'll go outside when this is all ready. We'll have a quick look at the sandwich press and see how much power it draws, and then we'll plug it in and get some lovely sandwich pressed sandwiches made for lunch. This is enough for Ziggy and I here. Okay, we're at the camper trailer. I haven't turned anything on yet. That's in a minute. We've still got to butter the other side, because you have to butter the outsides of these breads. Alright, here's we have used it inside to make sure it worked when it got here. This is just a really cheap and nasty one. Well, I don't know whether it's nasty, but it was certainly cheap. 220 to 240 volt rating, 50 hertz, 1000 watts. Made in China, of course, where everything is made. Alright, so I wanted to show you that. I'm just going to turn everything on, and Ziggy's going to get it ready. Back soon. Okay, so I've just turned the batteries and everything on. There's the batteries. The solar panel's only putting in, it's in the shade, okay, proper, and it's filthy. So it's not really solar assisted, but it is doing 0.22 amps or 3 watts, okay? So we know that's 1000 watts. So we come over here, we turn the power on. Well, that switch is on, we'll turn that one off. Turn this switch on. So that's turned this on. Push it down. Now when it goes green, it's reached temperature. And we're now taking 1143 watts, 46 watts, 43 watts. Okay, and you can see the battery volts at the top there. So we're taking nearly, well, it says there 93 amps and a bit. Okay, out. And now these are conventional hot plates. They're electric power. They're electric. There's nothing special to them. These sort of electric sandwich makers have been around for a long time. This one has a flat top and bottom plate. They're both flat, no crinkles in it, or corrugations like on some of them. Alright, so this is going to be a bit. Now I've got two 100 amp hour Solar King lithium batteries in the trailer. I've also got Solar King lithium batteries in the back of the ute. But while this is cooking, we'll just quickly walk around here. As you can see, I haven't got any cables plugged in to the trailer or the ute. So the batteries that are in the ute are not assisting the camper trailer at all, like it would be when we're camping. This is just a test. One, to see if the sandwich maker would work off the inverter. And I will note, the fans haven't even turned on in the inverter yet, otherwise you'd hear them with this omnidirectional microphone. Okay, there's the inverter there. Now the capacity inside those batteries are 100 amps. So they're a 200 amp hour battery, okay? And that is the measured capacity that I've measured. I just love the Solar King lithium batteries. I mean, they've been bouncing around in my trailer for a few years now. And as you've seen on my off-road videos, the places I take my Mahindra and this trailer, the green light just came on, so it's reached temperature. The red light appears to be flickering, but it's not really. I don't know why it's doing that. And with the warranty and everything on these batteries, it's I'm not sure if it's 4 or 5 years. You'll have to look at the Solar King page for that. But their batteries certainly are what they say they are. They perform every bit. They're just brilliant battery. I just want to know if this is feasible to take camping, because I love my pressed sandwiches, and for lunch. So you can see why the green lights come on there. Okay, you can see the battery voltage has gone back up. The current draw has gone way down to just 0.71 amps, and the power is down to -9 watts. Okay, and consumed amp hours is 5.4 amp hours. So it's actually consumed very little. The plates, there we go, they just turned back on again. And this is why stuff like this is feasible for battery, for camping. As long as you've got a couple of decent lithium batteries, and like I said, I do recommend the Solar King batteries. Running your camper, they will handle. I mean, mine are mounted just over there, okay, which is just on this wheel. They're mounted, well, one's mounted on the wheel and one's mounted just forward of the wheel, and they do cop on the corrugated tracks and roads I go on. They, over the years, they have copped a hell of a bouncing around, and they are what they say. There we go. I'm sorry this is a bit long, this video, but it is worth watching if you're interested in running similar things. Let's see. We've taken 7 amp hours out of the battery now. The batteries are at 94%. Bear in mind, whenever you charge a battery, be it lithium, lead acid, any sort of lead acid, sealed or wet, any type, It always takes more amps to charge. So if you see videos that they've flattened their battery and then they charge it and they go, oh look, it took 100 amps to charge it. It must be a 100 amp hour battery. But that's not. If it only takes 100 amps. To test a battery, you have to measure it until the battery turns off, which is what I tried to do in my last battery test when we got with that 150 amp hour battery, and we got 148 amp hours out of it until the fridge I was testing it on turned off. The BMS in the battery did not turn off, and so it would have been a true 150 amp hour battery as well. But to charge that battery, you might have had to put an extra 20 amps in it, or more, depending on your battery type. So the induction cooker works very well for doing this sort of a test as well, because it also turns on and off, and it's a very efficient way to cook with electricity. Unfortunately, my wife, being, well, we're old, has gotten used to the gas stoves, and she just could not get her head around the induction cooker. I would dearly love to use it to replace the gas, but she just can't get her head around it. And that's fine. We're getting old, both of us. The battery volts, the sag volts are 12.4544. Amp draw is 91.49. It just turned green again, which meant it turned both the top and the bottom plate off. And we have toasted sandwiches. That's it, that's cooked. So let's turn the unit off. I would like to note that the fans at no stage turned on in that unit. Very good, very good. Alright, there's lunch, people. Looks good, doesn't it? Yum, yum, yum. I got lunch ready, love. Siggy? Alright, so we ended up at minus 8.6 amp hours out of the batteries, and the batteries say they're at 93%, and they're at 13.20 volts. Hey, what do you think of those? Have a look.
Very nice.
Have a look.
Yep. Real toasty.
Real tasty.
Yep.
Lovely, hey.
Okay.
We're going to have fun on our next camping trip eating those.
Yes.
Alright. Okay, YouTube, that's it. We are getting the camper trailer ready. We did plan to already be on holidays, but then Ukraine happened and that put a stop to that. So what we have done is some of the food in here we had to replace because it was getting close to out of date. We replaced it, restocked the kitchen, and fixed what needed fixing. I've still got to have the wheel alignment checked on the trailer, and yeah, basically she's ready to go. Beautiful. Alright, keep safe everybody, bye for now.